Hey guys, it's me, the Gaming Cricker, and this is I think part 8 of my Spider-Man playthrough. Is it part 9? No, yeah, it's part 8. It's definitely part 8. Yeah, so last time, literally at the end of the last episode, or part episode, whatever you want to call it, we got a call from Yuri saying that we need to go check out a box that was on some rooftop, and that she didn't want to go check it out because it might be it could just be some kid science project. So she's asking us to go check it out.
Doc's really giving it both barrels.
But then
Doesn't burn himself out.
I think, yeah, I think she's just gonna call us now again, just to remind us. Also, just like another video that's gonna come out later today, my mic's not working again. Like this time it's actually not working. I wasn't lying like I did in my first Spider-Man video. And yeah, so my mic's not working, so literally 40 minutes of footage I recorded thinking that I was talking and it was being recorded. It just turned out to not, like, none of my voice audio was picked up. Then I got to start checking before I just go in blindly recording. Yeah, so anyways, we're just gonna go check out what's happening on the rooftop now and see what's going down. Also, this video is actually, I'm not gonna pretend that it's short, because it's not. It's still 40 minutes, and that's really long, or like round about 40 minutes. But then I would say that like most of my videos are about like 55 minutes now. They've gotten a lot longer. So this is actually a bit of a shorter video. It's still pretty long though, so you know, there's that. Also, I'm really sorry if you can just still hear my PS4 fan in the background, because I have to add this all in post in Share Factory, and that makes my PS4 like really annoyed. So yeah, and like it's just like so annoying when you're recording. You can just hear the PS4 fan in the background. That's just so annoying.
I love making you chase me, Spider. Someday I might even let you catch me. Just not today.
Yeah, this is taking I wouldn't say a long time, but it's taking like longer than I remember it taking.
There it is. Black Cat does enjoy playing games with people, especially me.
You know, it was so annoying having Black Cat just like being teased throughout this whole game and not being in it, and then she was in the heist, and then like she just left for like the rest of the DLC and came in for like 5 seconds at the end. And like the heist DLC, yep, it's probably the best one. Silver Lining might be the best one also, but like the heist had such like the interactions between like Spider-Man and Black Cat was so like the writing for that was really good. But then like they had one like really cool concept that could have changed like the whole dynamic between Spider-Man and Black Cat like in the sequels.
Bombs could go off any second.
But then they just had to go ahead and like and do the most uninteresting thing they could with it, and the most uninteresting predictable thing. You know, and I'm really mad at Insomniac for that. Actually, I'm mad at Insomniac for a lot of things they did in the DLC, because I don't think the DLC was like very good. Like, it started off like pretty decent with the heist, and then it turned really crap in Turf Wars, and then Silver Lining was actually pretty good. Like, it still wasn't up to the quality of the normal game, but it was like pretty decent. Well, and one last bomb we gotta do.
So close to perfection.
Yeah, so if you haven't noticed, which like, why wouldn't you notice? Like, you should start to like pay attention. Then the suit I'm wearing is the Stark suit, or the Homecoming suit, because it was in Spider-Man Homecoming, and I'm wearing this for two main reasons. The first one is because it's just like a really nice suit. It's like probably my favorite Spider-Man movie suit that there's been right now. Like, I think the upgraded suit is also a really close contender, and the Raimi suit is also really cool. But I think probably for me this suit is the best. And also, I'm just continuing the trend of wearing Spider-Man movie suits in these playthroughs. So like last time I wore the Raimi suit, so now I'm gonna wear the so now I'm wearing the Homecoming suit. Then next I might wear something like next I might wear the upgraded suit, or the stealth suit, or the homemade suit. So like one of those, I'm not sure. But I'm gonna wear like one of those in the next like 3 episodes, I think. So yeah.
Elaborate flirtation. Hasn't she heard of dating apps? She's up to something.
Well, you don't know she's up to something. And also, I don't know if you guys like have heard this or have been like following PS5 news, but like the sort of like expansion to this game, it's not really an expansion. It's like I've said this before. It's like what Arkham Origins was to Arkham City, where it's just like it's less like it has like a lot of the same animations and assets and all that, but it has a new story. It's gonna be like that, and it's gonna be a bit shorter. So yeah, so Miles Morales is gonna be like, it's basically gonna be sort of an expansion of Spider-Man PS4, and it's coming out on PS4, which is something like I was really worried about, because like I saw like the PS5 event, that first one, like live with like, and like that was really fun because a bunch of my friends and I were just talking like on Discord, just talking about it, just talking about like how we thought things looked. And then I saw that like Spider-Man Miles Morales was revealed, and I was like, oh wait, is this a Spider-Man? Is this like a full-on sequel? And then like things got clarified. Where it's just like, no, something like what Uncharted: The Lost Legacy was to Uncharted 4, and I was still really excited by that idea. But then like I saw it and I was just like, yeah, I have to buy a PS5 now, because I just thought like, oh yeah, maybe it's because like it's only going to be on PS5. But then they clarified in the recent PS5 event that it's coming out on PS4 as well. So that it's going to come out, so that you can buy the standard edition for £50 on both on like both PS4 and PS5, and you can buy the deluxe, the deluxe or ultimate edition on both consoles. So that's 70, I think, and I think that's fair, because like, so the ultimate edition for £70 includes the full game and on PS5 paying £70 for it is worth it, I'd say, because you're getting the full game and also a fully remastered version of this game, Marvel Spider-Man, and that can take advantage of 4K at 60 frames per second with ray tracing, and it can like take advantage of the PS4's SSD, so loading times will be really quick. And yeah, so that's like that seems like a fair price. And then if you're getting it on PS4, I don't think there's any reason to get the Ultimate Edition, just because you're getting like, I think they're gonna do the same thing that they did with this game, where it's just like, if you pre-order the game and pre-order the Ultimate Edition, then you'll get certain things quicker, like new suits or whatever. But then if you just got the normal version of it, then you'd still be able to unlock those suits or whatever. Just like you'll have to do the grind to earn them. And I think that's a really nice move on Insomniac's part. Like, me personally, I really like doing the grind, but then like obviously people like who just like might want to just unlock things a bit easier might want to just pre-order it to gain an advantage earlier on in the game. Me personally, I really like fully playing through the game and upgrading my characters and everything.
Halloween party.
I just find the grind really fun, even though it gets like really boring sometimes. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Miles Morales on PS4,
Let's find
because
out.
then like I was really like apprehensive about that because I was thinking like the PS5 generation is coming soon, so then like I was never planning on buying a PS5 on launch, so then like I'm sort of going to be left in the dust if I'm stuck playing PS4 games and I can't be able to play PS5. But then like now at least like PS5 games, some PS5 games like Far Cry 6 and
Are you Dr. Delaney?
yeah, Far Cry 6, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, all those might come up. All those will be on PS4, I think.
Whatever will I do?
So then that's like made me a bit calmer, because then at least I have more games to play for like a while until like support for the PS4 gets completely dropped. And actually, speaking of the PS5,
I worked on that helmet for a week.
the PS5 event happened like a few days ago, I think, or like maybe it was yesterday, I don't know.
Neighborhood Spider-Man.
But yeah, and literally right at the end of it, they announced the price. So it's like 450 for the disc version and 360 for the digital edition, and I think that's like pretty fair pricing. But then like Sony kept saying like, yeah, we're gonna announce the pre-orders, like when you can pre-order it like well in advance, so you're not like just thrown off guard or anything. And then literally they announced it and gave people like a few hours to pre-order it, and now like loads of people just couldn't like secure a PS5, and now loads of people are like selling it on eBay. Like I saw like a video saying like, yeah, people are selling them for like £25,000, and then just like, no, like no one should buy that. But then there are gonna be people that are gonna buy it. I'm joking, there's not gonna be anyone that's gonna buy that. Like you'd have to be completely crazy to buy a PS5 for £25,000 off of eBay when someone hasn't even got it yet. So they could just like cancel the order, get the 25,000, and then like you still be able to get a refund. But like still, like obviously like and even PlayStation like apologized for it, and they said like, yeah, there'll be more PS5 units that'll be available for pre-order. And sorry, one sec, I just need to like my ears are a bit uncomfortable. One sec. Yeah, so Sony apologized for that, but I don't think it was entirely Sony's fault, because they told like they told the like they said that pre-orders would be available the day after the event. But then I think some stores just like some stores didn't understand that and thought like okay, so as soon as like the pre-orders are announced, we should just put it up. And that,
Let him go.
so that is in part like the stores' fault, but then it's also Sony's fault for like not communicating it like as clearly as they could have. So yeah, like they're both at fault, but like I'd say Sony should have explained it a bit clearer. But then like I don't know, like because then like even if one store puts it up for pre-order before they were supposed to, then every store has to, like,
Everybody okay?
just to keep up the competition, or like, you know,
Happy Halloween.
or just like to keep consistency or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, so like the PS5 pre-orders are a bit of a disaster, huh?
How about some mood lighting?
Oh, cool, mood lighting. And those are spider drones. Okay, I meant to do the electric webs. Also, I am like working on other videos that aren't just gameplay, throughs. So like I'm working on like a big like massive critique of a game called Life is Strange, which like I think is a really interesting game, because like it has like a really big fan base, and I'm part of that fan base. I really like the game, but then like it's not like a very technically great game, and even like the story is a bit like it is really good, but like there are some like really nonsensical bits in the story. So like, I just find that really interesting. Like it's such like it has such a huge fan base, but then there are also some like a lot of haters who hate it for like who don't like it for like the graphics and the presentation and like how it is like as a game rather than the story, and that's fair enough. Like both sides have a point, and like so I'm gonna make a video like sort of analyzing why both sides think what they do, and then like ultimately saying what I think about it, and or I've just told you what I think about it, but then like obviously like there's more to it than just like, oh yeah, I really like it. Because like there are things that I really like about it, and there are other things that I don't think are very good. But then like obviously they'll get like, obviously if the good outweighs the bad, then I think I can forgive all the bad things.
Show's over, Lee.
Damn, he just took the life force from his own henchman, didn't he? And he's drained. Okay.
His name, Dr. Morgan Michaels. Thank you.
He's just gonna kill himself right there, isn't he?
No!
Actually, what's it called? This game is actually really dark. Like, in the City Hall bombing, it was a proper suicide bombing. Like, a lot of games get rated 18 or M in the US for that. And then, like, at the end, Peter gets, like, stabbed right through the body. And, like, it's really dark. And it reminds me of Spider-Man, the new animated series, which is, like, probably the most underrated Spider-Man cartoon. Because, like, it was really good. Like, it was from 2003, and like probably the reason why most people didn't watch it was because it was on MTV. So you know, and like, it came out back in 2003. Like I don't know many people who actually like this game, who actually know about Spider-Man the new animated series. It's like my second favorite Spider-Man cartoon ever. I'd say my favorite is yeah, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of dislikes for this, but my favorite is the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, just cause that's the cartoon my dad made me like. My dad made me watch when I was growing up, so I was really, what's it called? Like that show is what sort of made me love Spider-Man. And Spectacular Spider-Man is really good. That's my third favorite. But then like I just really like how dark and mature Spider-Man the new animated series was, because like it wasn't afraid to like get its hands dirty, if that makes sense. Like it wasn't afraid to show deaths or people being shot at, because obviously like now that Spider-Man's owned by Disney, they can't really have like things like that because it's a kids thing now. But then Spider-Man Tenas, as a lot of people call it, was designed with like teenagers in mind, sort of. So like, you know, he was actually like able to throw punches and be shot at, and like that was really cool because like, you know, the themes in it as well were like kind of like were really dark compared to others that came before it and after it. And it's a shame that it was only 13 episodes because it got cut short. And actually it was kind of a continuation from the first Spider-Man movie from 2002, because I remember Harry keeps saying like, oh yeah, Spider-Man killed my dad, which is like one of the big conflicts throughout that whole trilogy. But then, oh yeah, and also Spider-Man, like the suit Spider-Man wears in that show is literally like the Raimi suit, apart from the eyes, but like the design is the same. But then all the character designs look like completely different. Like MJ looks completely different to how she looks in the trilogy. Harry is blonde in the new animated series, and Peter Parker wears purple pants like Hulk does in the Hulk 2003 movie, which that was sort of an homage
Right
to.
now, you need to find a Dr. Morgan Michaels. Martin Lee's coming after him.
Copy that.
Okay, so we're now what, like halfway into this video, more or less.
Spider-Man, who is this Dr. Michaels?
I think he's the head scientist on this Devil's Breath project. Did you find him?
Yes and no. Sable says they have him under protection at a safe house somewhere in the city, but they won't tell me where.
I thought you guys were working together.
So did I.
Okay, I have an idea on how to find him. I'll let you know if it works.
Cool, so we're just gonna keep swinging for a bit until we get a call from a certain someone. Yep, MJ.
Hey, did you find Dr. Delaney at the party?
Yeah, but so did Lee.
Oh no, what happened?
Lee corrupted him and made him kill himself.
That's horrible. We have to stop this guy.
We will. Before Delaney died, he gave Lee a name. Morgan Michaels.
Morgan Michaels. Who is he?
Not sure, but I bet he works on the Devil's Breath project. Have you learned anything from that Devil's Breath file?
Yeah, get this. A few years ago, Osborn came to Fisk and asked him to build a lab, but to keep it hidden from regulators.
Secret lab? For Devil's Breath?
If it's as dangerous as we think it is, I can see why.
Where's the lab?
It's not in the file. Osborn made Fisk destroy all records of it. All I have are invoices from Osborn's personal account to Fisk Construction. Knowing Fisk, he kept the invoices around for blackmail material on the mayor.
Everything leads back to Norman Osborn. Guess it's time to pay him a visit.
Like, you see, like, what's it called? Martin Lee fully made Isaac Delaney just up and kill himself. Like, that's really dark when you think about it. And like, that's not, you wouldn't get that from like Disney Spider-Man. Like, Disney, like obviously because it's Disney, they have to make like kid-friendly things. Like, so like they have a certain limit, and like this game obviously has a certain limit because it's Spider-Man. Like, it can't be too dark, but like this game is actually like really dark,
They're the network cables.
and like.
Just need to follow them to the security module.
And like, that's just what I really love about this game. It takes like loads of different things from
There's 4 of these around
it takes loads of different things from like other from loads of different versions of Spider-Man and adaptations and incarnations or whatever, and it just like it just blends them together so smoothly, and it creates like one smooth, cohesive Spider-Man lore, if that makes sense.
I thought it would be easy.
And like, even like, it makes so many references to other Spider-Man, like to other Spider-Man things. Like, there are some really obvious ones that everyone can get, and there are some other ones that aren't so obvious that, like, if you're a die-hard fan, then like you'll really appreciate. And like, I don't think there's any like direct references to Tenas in this game, but like just the overall tone and feel of this game feels like really similar to Tenas, and like you can just feel like the influence of so many different Spider-Man things, like the Raimi movies, the MCU movies, Spectacular Spider-Man, what else? Tenas, obviously. Yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, even, like, there are just little things that, like, from every Spider-Man thing, and it just like builds up to, and it all just like, and so just built together to create one large Spider-Man mythos, if that makes sense. And like, yeah, so you could make the argument that, yeah, it's just everything that's classic Spidey. It's not really like anything original, and like, yeah, I do get that point. Like, say if you look at like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that was like a really original, really unique, really different thing. But then also sticking to the classics is something that can be really good. Like this game is a really good example of it. Like, it's everything that's classic Spider-Man, but it's still like it's still like an original story. Like, it's their adaptations
Just don't do anything crazy.
of these characters. So
Speaking of crazy, crazy.
it's not like they're just copying them right from the comics. No, they're adapting them a bit while still like keeping the essence of their characters. Yeah, while just maintaining the essence of their characters, but giving them like different layers and complexities that make them different to other incarnations of them, and that's just like really cool. And that's like, and it's just like really good that we can have that, you know.
Exterior sweep negative. Should we go on lockdown? Not yet.
And you know what? That wall crawling segment that I just completed, that was like so easy, and like the only reason that wall crawling segment works is because it's on a completely flat surface. Yeah. If you try climbing over anything that's like 4 inches, if you try climbing anything that's more than 4 inches tall, then you can't climb over it. Like, I'm sorry for getting all American on you, going like 4 inches, but like, yeah, you really can't climb over anything that's not a flat surface. So like, that's one thing I really want them to improve later on. Like, you know, in Miles Morales, maybe not in Miles Morales because it's just like the same like core mechanics as this game, but definitely in the sequel I want to see that improved.
AI controlled CRISPR. If that actually works, it could cure any genetic disease. Cystic fibrosis, Huntington's. This is crazy.
Yeah, does that remind you of a certain virus that's going on right now? I bet it does.
Creepy.
And you know what's so funny? Like, this game in like the third act, it draws so many parallels to
Its current form, it's like a bioweapon.
to like how the world is right now with COVID going on and everything. Like, cause at the end of Act 2, what's it called? Doc Ock, he just releases Devil's Breath on New York, and then everyone has to quarantine, and if they go out, they have to wear a face mask, and like people are like really scared of catching it. It's just like so funny how similar the two situations are, like the situation in game and the situation right now. And just like, they didn't predict it obviously, because no one could have predicted it, but like, it's just so funny how similar it is.
Devil's Breath wasn't designed to be a weapon. It's a treatment for genetic disorders. But its current form is wildly imperfect. In trying to fix the body, it rips it apart. We need to locate Dr. Michaels. I don't trust Sable to contain something this deadly.
I may have a lead on that. Charles Standish is being held at Sable's Central Park compound. If anyone knows Michael's location, it'll be Oscorp's CFO. I'm trying to reach him now.
Reach him? That place is crawling with guards. How are you trying to reach him?
Very, very quietly. Gotta go, partner.
Sneaking into a Sable compound. That could go bad fast. I should head to Central Park.
Or you could just take the backpack.
This is paper on neurotechnology.
Okay, I'm sorry, he only got an A.
Dr. Octavius.
He's Peter Parker. He should be like an A plus 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 plus. Like, that's really poor, Peter. Come on, you gotta be doing better than that. Yeah, just apologies in advance for like being so bad at this bit. Like, I just took so much damage. Like, I was really bad because I was trying to explain something. I forgot what I was doing. I was trying to talk and play this at the same time. It's just like, it was really hard for whatever reason. And then like, now it just feels so much easier. Like, now it just feels so much easier like adding it all in post. But then I don't think, like, I'd rather like doing the commentary live, like, I mean not live, like while I'm recording the gameplay as well, because then it just makes things a bit more spontaneous, you know. But this like recording it in post just does make things a bit easier. So maybe I'll do this again. I probably won't. Like, I went the whole 40 minutes talking throughout the game, or throughout like while I was playing the game, and I was talking, and I found it pretty good. It was just like, because the mic wasn't working for whatever goddamn reason, and if the mic isn't working now, then I don't care. I'm like, I'm breaking my PS4, I'm breaking my PS4 controller, I'm breaking my headset, I'm breaking everything. I don't even care.
City's turning.
You know, that wasn't as bad as I like remember it being, cause like, I remember I thought I was taking so much damage, and like, I was doing it kind of badly, but like, I was doing a lot better than I thought I was.
This piece of the Shocker's original uniform showed me how to protect myself from his bait, don't they?
Wait, what?
This is Control. Boss wants an update on
Oh, flip, it entered a block scene, didn't it? I forgot about that. And because I don't have a capture card, I can't even bypass it, so I'm really sorry about that, but it just said, yeah, you got the majority of it. It just said, like, they always upgrade, don't they? And they do always upgrade, but you know what? When the villains upgrade, Spider-Man has to upgrade even more. Also, yeah, so this video should be being uploaded by, like, I don't have a specific time frame, but maybe like 3, 4. Although like don't hold me against that, because like if it's released at like 7 o'clock, then it's not. Oh yeah, if you're wondering why I'm going into photo mode, it's because I was saying it's because at this point in like while I was recording the gameplay, I was saying like, yeah, it's funny, like you can swing in Central Park in this game, but in Spider-Man 2 for the PS2 and Xbox, not PC, because like no one ever talks about that. You couldn't swing in Central Park for some reason. And I was like, yeah, surely your webs would be able to stick on the trees. So then I was just like going on photo mode to see if they're sticking on trees or not, and like they were sticking. Like, I mean, they were like the webs were going really close to the trees, but then not like. And like, it's one thing for them to not go like, it's one thing for them to be like a foot away from the trees or buildings or whatever, and it's one thing for it, and it's a completely other thing for it to be like not nowhere near a building or a tree at all, and it's a completely different thing for it to just for the web just to be going straight upwards. That's just like that worked in Spider-Man Edge of Time, just because that whole game took place in a single building. And like I really like that game. A lot of people don't like it as much as I do, but then like one of the things I can't deny is just like it takes place in one building. Like that was so boring. I mean, the game itself is really good. Just like the location, I just got sick of the location after a while. Go on, don't get caught, MJ.
What's that? Demons are killing anyone related to Devil's Breath. Standish is in real danger. Got it. Time to move. Standish. I knew it. I've got to get to that tent.
Cool, yeah, so you're gonna just make a bunch of noise, cool.
Blackout comms as well. I do not want leaks to press about Michael or Devil's Breath.
crap. Generator tripped.
I won't distract him for long.
You know, what they did with Black Cat in the DLC wasn't very good, but I actually really liked what they did with Silver Sable in the Silver Lining DLC. I think that was really cool, just because like at the end of this game, it shows her sort of like, it leaves her path open, if that makes sense. And now like it brings her back in the Silver Lining DLC, and it was really cool to see what happened to her. No, I made it, and then it said, and I was just like, wait. No, sorry about that. After that, I made it, and then I got caught. I don't know how that worked.
Bravo and Charlie are both on deck for Dr. Michael's reload. Hey,
Wait!
Wait, what? No, why did I get caught there? You know, I said these missions are really easy, and I stand by that, cause I'm just being really reckless. I'm trying to just rush through them, like, whereas, like, you know, if you just like weren't trying to rush through them blindly, and it's like, not took your time, but like took a second to think, then it would be so easy. Cause like, look, I take a second here, and it's just easy, and it's not even like the AI is all that good. Because like they really dumbed down the AI for these, and that's like a really big shame, because I think the concept of these missions where you play as like MJ and Miles were really good, and then like I don't want to see these just completely taken out in the next game. Like, I want it to be sort of like, I just want them to be a bit more challenging. I want them to have better enemy AI. And I think the most important thing is that most of these segments go backwards in time rather than forwards in time, so they don't even progress the story in any way. So like, I think if they went forwards in time, then I think like they would be good, and like there would be some that would be like really good, because I think there's like three in this game playing as Miles and MJ that are pretty cool, and one of them was playing as Miles after the City Hall bombing, because it just like gave it from like a powerless human's perspective, and then the next two are coming soon, but not yet. Haha, I didn't get caught there though, so it's all fine. Yeah, so like, and there was like two. Yeah, so the next two are coming up like soon. What, like one of them where he plays Miles, that's coming in a bit later, but then like I think the one where I think the other one I'm talking about is coming up pretty soon. Not in this video, but like in the next video probably, actually.
He wants to kill me?
Go on, shoot her, shoot her. You know, I didn't even really like her in this game. Like, she seemed like, I mean, to be fair, I just don't think she needed fixing, if that makes sense, because like people think she's sort of a damsel in distress just because of the Raimi movies, but if you look at the comics, even as an actress, she was like a really like strong character. Like, she could take care of herself. Let's just say that.
Grand Central.
Grand Central.
Demons were talking about it when they held me. They're going there to get.
Oh, cool. That's Spidey.
Get what, Charles? What do the demons need to get at Grand Central?
What the? Oh.
Wait, he hit his head on his arm and he got knocked out.
Sorry, Charlie.
Well, that's all he has to say. Sorry, Charlie.
Do something.
Yep, this is gonna take a really long time to load. Something I'm not gonna miss if I ever get a PS5. And like, I'm not planning on getting a PS5 like day one. I was never planning to. I'm probably gonna get like a year after it comes out, maybe, because like I said, like a bunch of games are gonna be coming out on PS4 and PS5, and that you can get a free upgrade from PS. Like, so if you get the PS4 copy and then you insert it into a PS5, then there are going to be a lot of those games where you just get the PS5 version, I think, or is that just for digital? I'm not sure. But yeah, so at least I'm not going to be completely left in the dust when it comes to games.
What? MJ? No, I screwed up. It was a tension breaker.
Tension breaker, right. You know, this is exactly why we broke up.
I thought we broke.
Wait, they broke up because he kept making jokes.
We broke up because you wouldn't stop treating me like a baby.
Baby, don't do this, MJ. Don't do that, MJ. Oh, that's so dangerous, MJ.
I may not have super spider powers, but I'm not made out of glass.
Yeah, but I feel like she does kind of have to understand that breaking into a Sable base is like really, really dangerous and kind of reckless. Don't you think?
Fine. Michaels is in the Bowery somewhere. Sable's moving him tomorrow at noon.
Awesome. Anything else? Was he saying something about Grand Central before I jumped in?
He was... No. It was nothing. Listen, I gotta go, Peter. Filing deadline.
Peter, That's how you know she's still mad. Peter. Nice work, Mr. Superhero.
Yeah, cool. So I think I'll end the video here because the next like mission is like takes place during the day, so I feel like this would be a sort of natural place to stop. So anyway, be sure to tell me what you thought of the video, and also be sure to tell me what suit you want me to wear next time. Although I think I'm probably just gonna wear the homemade suit. And also feel free to like and subscribe if you liked the video, and if you didn't like it, feel free to dislike. Anyway, that's all from me. Bye.